Hello, hello. My name is Linda, also known as Tortajala around the internet. I love creative journaling and all things stationery. And today I wanted to share a quick look at a new pen I bought actually a while ago. I've been using this for a few months already, but I wanted to share my thoughts in general and show off this pen a little bit. So this is a Nahvalur Nautilus pen, and it came in this box with like the usual stuff. When I opened the box, um, at first I didn't realize that obviously there's nothing else except for the pen and the warranty card in this, but I had tried to like pull the bottom bed of the box out and just broke the elastic. But obviously this is a piston fill pen, so obviously, yeah, there's nothing else in the box. um, so this pen design was inspired by like a sea jellyfish, and it has just really cool like purple and pink colors. And to match, it has purple color plated trim and the nib is purple as well. Uh, so it goes really well with like the ebonite body that is purple and pinks. I just fell in love with these colors, and that's why I really, really wanted this pen. Also, because I'm sort of a big fan of purples. I like a lot of purple pens. I know that a while back there was a pen by Santini that looked sort of like this in ebonite, but it actually is more like almost like cream or tan colored swirled in purple. And of course, you also never know like what kind of like pattern you might get, just like when you order a pen that is a random, swirl, right? So I'm really happy with um, the distribution of like pink and purple that I got in this pen. And I also have always been interested in the Nautilus model of the Nahvalur pens, so very happy to have this. This pen that I have in my hand right here, it says Narwhal on the cap band. So I suppose it depends like when the pens were made. It might have like old packaging, old logo, new logo, because this company used to be Narwhal, but then, they're like competing in search with like the actual term of the animal. So they changed their name to Nahvalur. Um, so I don't know like the differences of when like the packaging and the lettering and all that kind of stuff would have changed in their products. My original understanding was that this pen was made for the 2023 DC Pen Show with limited pieces, but you can still buy it on their website right now. So I feel like they made more like, like a numbered run or something. I have number 406 out of 500, and I bought it from Cult Pens. So the cool feature of the Nahvalur Nautilus pen is that there is an ink window in the form of three portholes. So definitely has that like under the sea kind of vibes. I think it's very, very cool. That's why I wanted one of these pens. Of course, there's only three portholes, so you sort of have to like hold up the pen and like twist it to the right angle with light shining through to actually see how much ink you have. So I don't know if it's like super practical or more of like a novelty, or maybe they had to give up some things um, to have an ink window that is like in this design, you know what I mean? Um, but I'm fine with it. And it writes smoothly out of the box. I haven't had any issues so far in inking, cleaning, and re-inking. I have heard that some people say the piston filling mechanism can get messed up with like the Nahvalur Nautilus. I don't know if like the cheaper models it might be different. Again, it's hard to know like when certain pens were made or actually manufactured, but this pen does not come with a wrench or anything, so you'd have to buy that if you ever wanted to take this pen totally apart, like for cleaning or something. From my beginner skills, I wouldn't know how to do that. I just have to like screw the like the piston mechanism back and forth in order to, clean out the ink when I want to re-ink. So let me show you now some comparisons with other common pens, just so that you have a reference. On the top, we have the Kaweco Sport, then we have a TWSBI Eco, then the Lamy Safari, then a Leonardo Momento Magico, then we have this Nahvalur Nautilus, and finally the Leonardo Momento Zero Grande 2.0. So I'm going to show you these pens uncapped and the Coeco posted. I don't personally post any of my pens, and this particular model does not post at all. So I'm just going to show you here. So without being posted and only the Coeco Pocket pen posted, you can see that there are like pretty much comparable in terms of length, just like slight differences. But the grip section is definitely on the girthier side of things, and there's plenty of space in the grip section for my like the way that I hold the pen, so there's no issues for me when it comes to long form writing. Now, two thoughts. One reason I got this pen is because of the ebonite material. I was just really curious since it's something different, and people tend to say that like it feels different in the hand or it's warmer or something like that. I, don't really feel like a huge difference in holding this pen or another one of my like Leonardo pens. So I'm not sure if it's something that will change over time, or maybe I'll be more sensitive to the difference over time. But it certainly doesn't get cold, like the few metal pens that I have that I don't really like. Another note is that this pen has a stainless steel number 6 nib, but it is like narwhal in-house nib. And of course, this is also a coated nib since it's purple. And I feel that when you have a coated nib, you can definitely feel that it's coated, like when you're writing with it. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but I feel the difference. And I don't know if it's something that will change over time, but I think that you would be able to feel like it's a coated nib, like if you have a black nib or something. Those are the two things that I noticed in using the pen so far. Overall, I'm very happy with the pen. I think it's a great size. I think it looks super cool, and I definitely love the design of it. And I think that's sort of what makes it special, as well as, the ebonite material. I know that everyone raves about like Twisbees when it comes to like piston fill. And of course, because Twisbees are very affordable. But I think that the design of this pen is superior, like from an aesthetic point of view. I also have TWSBI Ecos, but it just sort of gets boring after a while. Like they're just changing the colors with every release. But the design of a TWSBI Eco isn't exactly, super sleek or anything like that. Whereas this Nahvalur Nautilus, it's just much, much more attractive to me. So happy to have this pen. So that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know if you have a Noveler pen or a Noveler Nautilus, or maybe another one of their models. I really appreciate you watching my video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, and if you want to see more stationery videos, please subscribe. I wish you a lovely day. Until next time.